Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome to Legend of Grimrock. So, Amabel, you've never heard of this game before, right?
No, this is the one that's a T-Rex, right? He says, me, Grimrock.
Yeah, he's king. He's king of the whatever. No, this is... So, we've been talking about CRPGs a bit lately. You have been on a real kick on YouTube, watching videos about Ultima and stuff like that. Sort of coming from... Sort of walking backwards from introducing you to immersive sims. You've been kind of
Right,
walking backwards
yeah.
through Ultima Underworld and stuff. I thought this is an interesting kind of offshoot of those sorts of games that I think probably you're not super aware of, or like,
No, not at all.
are you familiar with the term blobber?
No.
Okay,
It sounds like a sex position.
it. What on earth could it possibly?
I'll show you later.
Okay, all right. I will say, okay, so the term blobber comes from the idea of the blob of arms and legs. So I guess there's something there. But blobbers are a particular offshoot of the CRPG dungeon crawler, where you control a party of characters, but your party of characters is all sort of like... most of them happened on a grid. I actually don't know whether Grimrock is grid-based or not. We're going to find that out live. I've never played it before. But most of them happened on a grid, and basically your whole party was compressed into a single tile. And you move the whole party at once, and you command the whole party at once in a first-person perspective. You're just playing as everybody in first person simultaneously. That's the blob. That's what makes them blobbers.
Oh.
So obviously there are a lot of blobbers going back to the early 80s, the Wizardry games, probably most famously in that period. Legend of Grimrock is a sort of a modernish revival of the thing. You can see down in the corner of the screen there, it says this game came out in like 2012.
Okay.
I always thought it sounded neat, and I never got around to playing it. There's two of them. I know the second one in particular I think is well regarded. So I thought this would be a cool thing for us to find out about, to get in here and find out about in person, face first.
This is good, because I've been wanting you to do some... I like you show me stuff I missed. I mean, you missed this too, I guess, in a way, but stuff that happened while I wasn't paying attention to video games.
Yeah,
So,
I should
this
say
is a very good-
I have zero familiarity with blobbers as a whole. I never played it in the older ones either. So old school mode turns off the auto mapping, so you can get yourself some graph paper and stuff. We will not be doing that.
We'll not be doing that, no.
Yeah, let's create characters though. That sounds fun. And sure, normal seems fine. Okay, so we got 4 characters. Variety of portraits. Our available races are human, minotaur, lizardman, and insectoid. That is a fucking rad set of races. So, humans are the most populous of the sentient races. They are very adaptable, 4 skill points. Minotaurs are bulky, simple, and keen to violence. It's a little reductive, probably. Strength +5, dexterity -4, vitality +3, willpower -3. Don't really even know what the stats do, although, we can guess, obviously. But my impression is this entire game takes place inside a dungeon, so I don't think there's a lot of, like, interacting with townspeople type stuff in it.
Yeah.
Skill points only 1, and food consumption up 20%. Lizardmen are social outcasts, generally mistrusted due to their capricious and deceitful nature. It sure is old school. It sure is reaching back into the past. Dexterity +2, willpower -1, 3 skill points. And insectoids mostly keep to themselves and rarely wander into the lands of humankind. It's just like, there's a world where everyone is a weird loner. Every single living person. Strength -2, dex +1, vitality -2, willpower +4. So notice our 4 stat points here. Willpower is the only mental sounding stat. There's not going to be any intelligence charisma divide as far as like one of them is the magic offense and the other one's the magic defense, which is interesting. And insectoids actually eat less food. Well, I mean, I think being an insectoid just sounds really cool. I was always a fan of the Thri-kreen, you know?
I don't know what a Thri-kreen is.
It's a race of like mantis folk from Dark Sun, the D&D Dark Sun setting.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Let's be a mantis folk.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get a mantis wizard in here. They really have like leaned into a sort of a particular like this is the one class this race is good at kind of vibe. It seems like.
Mm.
So yeah, we'll do an insectoid here. I mean, you have a lot of points, I guess, to play with, so you could kind of bend things as you want. So strength increases attack power, carrying capacity. Dexterity gives you accuracy and evasion. Vitality represents overall health and stamina. Helps get rid of harmful conditions. And willpower is the force of the mind. Affects the amount of energy points gained at first and subsequent levels. That's a weird way to word that. Why not just say energy points gained? Well, we probably want like a bunch of that, right? And then...
yeah.
I don't know. Everybody needs some vitality. Yeah, and I don't know. What else? What else do you think? 20 willpower?
Yeah.
I don't want to just commit. This character doesn't need to carry stuff. We have 3 other people for carrying stuff. We need a name. Pimon. Not the strongest, I think.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna call him Two Eyes because it's unusual that he has 2 eyes.
All right, yeah,
that's how
you
differentiate him from his party mates. All right. Then. So there's only 3 classes.
Yeah.
Fighters are masters of close combat, rogues, backstab people with a deadly backstab. But there's probably some kind of lock picking available, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it. The available skills are assassination, daggers, dodge, missile weapons, throwing weapons, and unarmed combat. So I guess like, do you want to have one of everything and a second of one thing, or do you want to be like 4 mages? What do you think is the vibe?
I think one of everything,
Okay.
and then like an extra fighter maybe. Make this one a lady.
Okay. A lady. Well, a lady what?
A lady human rogue, I guess.
Lady human rogue. Okay.
Yeah.
We're very versatile here. So dexterity seems important. Accuracy and evasion. So strength increases attack power, which is just damage dealt, right? You have dex for accuracy and damage on strength. There's also evasion. Okay, unfortunately, not very specific about its function. Like I wish it told me like, does 6 evasion mean 6%, or
yeah,
a little bit more detail about the mechanics would be fine. But okay, so we'll grab some of this. Everybody needs some vitality. Do we think that's real?
yeah. Why? I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
I forgot to assign 2 eyes as skill points. What kind of magic do we like? Air magic?
I like setting things on fire.
Fire? Okay, yep, that's true. That is kind of your vibe. Hold on, what is spellcraft? Represents your overall progress in the way of magic. Advancing in this skill enables you to cast more spells before exhausting your energy reserve.
Well, that's good too.
And staff defense gives you, defense.
I say spellcraft and fire maybe.
All right, let's do like that.
Yeah.
Do we want traits? Aggressive. You are full of rage. Attack power +4. Really harkening back to an earlier time. Exceptional reflexes. Muscular body. 15 feels like a lot of energy, given that we only got our energy up to 75, even by putting all those points into willpower.
Mm.
Resist cold, evasion. The demon. Your great grandfather had fiery eyes, and so you have 25 resist fire. Attack power +6 when unarmed. Do you think that unarmed combat is going to be like a real viable option?
I don't know. I really like. It's all a mystery to me, and I kind of like how much this is. I mean, let's just go by vibes. Like strong mind.
Your mind is as sharp as a needle. You know how strong needles are. And then what about skilled? So we can have more magics.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna take a. No, we're gonna have 4 fire magic, and 2.
So much fire.
So much fire.
Okay. All right.
I think that's a finished character.
Okay, now let's go back to Lady Human Rogue.
Pretty good. All right, we have 4 skill points.
Okay.
So assassination.
Well, that's a 4. Wow, I thought it was a 1.
So assassination represents your training in the way of the assassin. If we get it up to level 4, it'll give us +1 strength.
Okay.
Cool. I mean, I kind of like it. So this gives us your attack power, accuracy, and chance of performing special attacks increases. Okay, it doesn't show it on the character. It means while you're wielding a dagger, I'm sure. But I was kind of hoping it would show us the numbers at least. Eventually this turns into evasion. I mean, ranged weapons are cool, right? Somebody's got to use ranged weapons. What do you think? What's more fun, throwing weapons or like a bow?
A bow. A bow is more fun.
All right, well, agree to disagree. I wonder, does assassination double damage when attacking enemy from behind? I wonder if that works with ranged weapons in this game.
Well, only one way to find out.
Yep, I guess so. All right, and then Lady Human Rogue. What traits does Lady Human Rogue have? Even more evasion. We could get all the way up to 13 for whatever that's worth.
Okay, yeah, let's... dexterity is probably going to be... Yeah, I'd say agile is probably a good one, because dexterity is probably going to be our stat for bows.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
There we go. Agile and aggressive. Lady Human Rogue is a dyed-in-the-wool killer.
Okay.
All
right.
Sick Minotaur fighter.
Yes.
Not a lot of different images here.
Yeah, just pick whichever.
So yeah, you're certainly given a lot of strength to start with. Dexterity is good though, because hitting people. And then everybody needs some vitality, but we started with some vitality. And this is going to be Lord Human Rogue.
Okay, that's pretty good.
They're cousins. Don't get it twisted. Attack power +3 for each skull carried. Yes.
All right. Yes. No. That's
obviously
pretty good.
And then so because the Minotaur doesn't get a lot of skill points, do you want to try to do the unarmed thing with the Minotaur? We can't really become a master of many weapons. So what if we take Fist Fighter, Headhunter, and unarmed combat?
Yeah.
And just run around punching people so hard their heads fly off, so we can collect them.
Then we have a lizard man. Right?
Well, we could. Here's the thing.
Yes.
If we did insectoid. Oh, okay. I was gonna say the fact that we have natural armor here kind of makes me want to have an insectoid fighter as well, and then we could this is the one who takes the hits, and then Lord Human Rogue steps around him and punches the enemy's head clean off.
Okay, can I look at the lizard man portraits first?
Yes, let's look at the lizard man portraits. So that's a very good one. That's very strong. I'm not gonna lie.
They're not as good as the ones from Root, though. So yeah, let's go with
No, they're absolutely not. We should be able to just use. I mean, it does let you just import portrait. Stored in TGA format.
What's the TGA format?
The Targa image format is a it's a name I haven't heard in many years. And what if you were also? I mean, you could be pretty muscular, right? An unusually muscular or tough. Tough feels a little bit like doubling down on the thing. What do you think? Do we want to moderate with a little bit of violence, or do we want to like double down on I take the hits and survive?
Double down on it.
Because the thing is, everybody's going to be in the same tile, remember? So it's not like we can't really do a thing where like one person is the tank. I don't think. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna learn some mechanics.
All right, and
so we're gonna need some vitality. Doesn't actually start with a ton of vitality or strength, frankly. But vitality up. We're really doubling down on the vitality. And
how do you feel? Do you feel axe? Do you feel mace?
What does athletics do? Increases your physical ability scores, strength, vitality. Yeah, it's a good question. Increases the effectiveness. Part of the problem is that I just don't know. I don't know how any of this stuff actually works. So I don't know what we're buying when we're buying 3 points of mace skill. But I am buying 3 points of mace skill, to be clear.
Okay, yeah, let's go with the mace. See, when I talk about fantasy, my weapon of choice is always a halberd. Polearm of some sort.
I'm a big polearm character as well. That's my thing for sure. Doesn't really seem to be available here, honestly.
Yeah. So a mace is fine.
All right, and then we need a name for the insect. The other insect. Part of me wants to name them Lady Human Rogue.
We've already used that name though.
Yeah.
How
about this?
Jonathan Turtle. Wait.
You think?
Wait. Why do I know that name?
Because it's deep in your soul, speaking to you right now, telling you to tell me to do the thing.
Okay.
All right. I think there's never been a more capable party. Welcome to Mount Grimrock, Amabel, and the legend thereof. A towering spire. A towering spire looms above the clouds, a weathered rock that has stood tall for ages, longer than the histories of men have been written. It is a desolate place now, only remembered when things need to be discarded and forgotten. It is a garbage pile. It is where we throw away our garbage. An airship struggles to gain altitude as it floats toward the peak. This is pretty rad. 4 prisoners bound by heavy chains emerge from the ship. The court accuses them of terrible treasonous deeds, but by the grace of the king their crimes shall be forgiven atop Mount Grimrock. Forgiven, okay, yeah. Their final trial is at hand. Numerous prisoners have received their pardons here, yet none have returned to live their life in freedom. Weird. They are at the very top of the world, and below them only darkness and justice awaits. As they are plunged down the open maw at the peak, their crimes are absolved. Everyone before them has perished in the guts of the mountain, but will you be able to lead them through the dark and to the freedom that awaits at the base of Mount Grimrock? And we'll give it a go. So we're going to die immediately, right? It's the fall that kills everyone, one assumes.
I don't know.
First time playing Grimrock? It is I am, yeah. It is I am, yeah, that's me. Okay. You control a party of 4 prisoners. Prisoners walk in a square formation with a front and back. Okay, so we do have like a concept of rows. Only the front row can melee. Use the buttons to move. Item slots are used for attacking and for displaying what the characters carry in their hands. Left-click an item to pick it up from the slot, right-click to attack with it. You can change the marching order by dragging portraits around. Right-click on a portrait or use the default keyboard shortcuts to access the character sheets. Equipment, statistics, and skills are displayed. If a character suffers from a special condition, such as poisoning or hunger, the effects can be seen on the Statistics tab. Throw items by dropping them in this area. Pick up or drop items by clicking in this area. Okay.
Okay.
That's it. That's the entire tutorial.
All right. Cool.
Oh, dear. I right-clicked on my hand because I was trying to, like, do stuff. I was trying to, like, punch. Is what I thought I was going to do, but instead I did magic. Okay, there we go. The thing is, I was right-clicking on glowing hands because wizard.
Okay.
Okay, so we got... Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at that. I will say this is looking a little dark for me. Or rather, it looks fine for me, but it looks like it's going to be the kind of dark where I need to adjust it for the viewers.
It is a bit dark, but I'm like... It's not like Thief right now.
Choose your fate. Perish in this cell or pick up the torch. Well, I do feel like we should probably pick up the torch. Here. So yeah, a blobber. This is absolutely the thing.
Okay.
What do you think, Amabel?
Like where we should go of the game so far? I mean,
Just like, what do you conceptually like?
I mean, this is rad, and I've actually been bugging you to like play some kind of dungeon crawl thing for a long time, and so I'm very happy that you did this for me.
Can I? Probably don't need to have both the torches burning at once. I guess I don't know if torches burn down. There's certainly a lot of dungeon crawl games where that is a concern.
Yeah.
Right, I'm thinking like all the way back to like Shadowgate and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Hooks for placing something. Oh, this actually is clothing. Okay.
Now, when you're turning with the WASD, I mean, it's doing like a full 90-degree turn. Is that just...
Yeah, no, that's just a tap. I'm not controlling the amount. You can only face the 4 cardinal directions.
Okay.
Cudgel is for our man here.
He doesn't have it in his hand, it looks like.
No, I put it in his inventory.
Oh.
I put it by clicking on his face. Clumsy me. Okay, so he's got 16 attack power. He's got 2 attack power with his bare hands, or 16 with the cudgel. The Minotaur has a 12 with his bare hands, with 1 point of bonus accuracy. Okay, interesting. The mighty Lord Human Rogue. So a lot of these games, a lot of the classic blobbers, the wizardries and whatnot, I believe are fully turn-based, which obviously differentiates them somewhat from the games that are arguably their predecessors, like Catacomb or whatever, right? Like, which was essentially a first-person shooter. This is a trick. That's rad. Was that one of the symbols? No, that was not one of the symbols in Two Eyes' magic wheel. But I do not believe Grimrock is fully turn-based. I think there's some real-time stuff. Like okay. I think it's, when I say there's some real-time stuff, what I mean is I think it's real-time. And like when we encounter enemies, they will be fighting us in the realest of times.
what is the realest of time? Like, if you had to like give me a tier list of times, what is the most real?
1997.
Okay. Real ones know what we're talking about.
Hooray, a brass key. They're walking us in real slow here, conceptually.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get another key. Great that I can't interact with. Says loose rock. I mean, I have a rock. I will loose my rock. Nope, okay, I cannot throw the rock. Rock. Throwing weapon. I mean, I agree. This does look like a loose rock, but it sure doesn't seem to want to...
Well, maybe.
Oh, wait, this one's kind of weird looking too, but I guess not.
So I actually can't see your cursor, so I can't tell where you're pointing at.
That's problematic. Okay, well, if I click anywhere near the middle of the wall, it just says loose rock. But I don't know what rock it's referring to. A lot of the stuff in the wall looks like it could be wiggly, but nothing's responding to clicks. Maybe clicks is not what I want. Maybe I need to punch the wall.
That's a miss.
He won't get any closer. Huh. Loose your rock. Okay, well, that didn't really help.
And there's nothing over in the other area there?
Well, this is a dead end. Okay, so
loose rock.
It wanted to tell me that there was a rock where part of the rock was a button over there somewhere. There is not, in fact, a loose rock. There's a rock where part of the rock is a button. That's a little bit incorrect, but whatever, it's fine.
What is that?
That's up. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, it looks a little bit like the boy. Let's see how it likes a rock. Wow, that rock through
tunnel armor
straight. Oh no! I don't know magic. We're very good at fighting. I should learn a spell.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see that this is really something. There we go. Delicious snail slices. That snail sadly did not leave us behind a skull. A knife, that feels like your job. Some leather boots. Okay, so right click to use item. Okay, that's food, not healing. This is not one of those games.
Okay.
I think we can give the boots to Lord Human Rogue, because he is still... There we go. With that, they have equalized on protection. I don't know if I need to be taking all the torches. It feels to me like as long as I have a torch, there's not really like a good reason for there to be any other torches.
Now, do you know if this is a designed dungeon space or a procedurally generated one?
No, this is definitely designed.
Okay. Yeah, they are walking us in very slow.
So wait, actually, if I throw... Oh, there's two of them over there. If I hit throw here... Okay, it doesn't throw them both. The other one remains available. Oops. I wonder to what extent I can actually do the thing I'm trying to do here. You know, just like avoid combat by not being in the space when they attack. Quest 64 style.
What is Quest 64?
Well, you might just go ahead and might just go ahead and gather from context clues that it's a game where you can do the thing I just said.
You do it 64 times though?
I don't even know how to. I'm not dignifying that with a response.
Is it the 64th entry in this? Like some of these have a lot. Some of these have a lot of entries in the series. I don't think any of them have 64.
That was pretty weird that snake did not, or snake, that snail did not seem to have any interest in actually attacking us.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we walk over like something that has been marked as throwing ammunition for her, like something that she has thrown, she does gather it automatically, which is nice. Okay, I have no ability to interact with this at all, as far as I can tell. There's a keyhole. So it said that there's mapping functionality, right? Because we made a point of not turning off the mapping. So, okay, there we go. That's a very good, very classic map right there.
Yeah. So hang on. There's a. Did we pull that chain? That's keep going forward.
This
a
chain,
bit.
no, we did not. This is where I was
Okay.
going. To close the pit, something needs to fly. Okay, there probably could have been an animation of the rock getting to the ground instead of it just sort of teleporting there. But whatever, it's fine. Actually, is this gonna fall now? If I try to walk over it without leaving a rock on it, I'm a little worried that it's going to open as soon as we step off the panel. So
Yeah, that'd be fun. I would like to. Well, that's it for today's Let's Play, everybody. That's Legend of Grimrock. Oh, look at that face!
Yeah, I don't care for that. I think I saw a giant snail. Oh. Wow. Okay. Just curious if that would work.
Okay, I do. The animation's very charming.
Yeah, there's a almost like a Harryhausen-ness to it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing a great job here with the fighting. I mean, it does seem like I can. It does seem like I can abuse the sort of clumsy nature of the movement.
Yeah.
To make myself invincible. I guess this is like this is a thing that's easy enough to do when there's one enemy around.
Yeah, I feel like when you have more than one enemy, you're gonna be, you know, like when we were playing Thief, you found the incredible strat of having the low ground, but it didn't work as well when there was more than one person.
I don't think that's quite analogous to the thing that's happening here. Come on, buddy. Well, that's embarrassing for us. We might not be the greatest crew of combatants ever. We were recently thrown off a cliff, I guess. Probably affects your...
Yeah, you don't have any weapons hardly. Oh, now there are two.
I agree with your assessment.
Now there is one.
Press the wrong button. Okay, it does seem like They are continuing to arrive. Yeah, I gotta be careful here. I'm gonna walk myself into a bad position. And I keep pressing turn instead of sidestep. Okay, well I guess we're fighting. I gotta learn some magic. I gotta figure out some basic magics.
Yeah. Do you think it's a case where you're gonna find like a spell with like a combination of runes?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
Why even have a pit? Okay. Heal my sight. Is a rock sufficient? No. Okay.
I wonder if in that room the mushroom people came out of, there'll be something. Oh, there's a mushroom.
I mean, there better be something over here. So that was a huge pain. Yep, there's a gem. If we can figure out how to raise the thing. A tar bend. Okay, that was not very difficult. Not exactly rocket surgery. Out of curiosity, like, okay, everything we've picked up so far is almost 16 of our 78 kilograms. Basically, the question there was like, how much can I afford to give into my natural hoarding behavior as far as video game inventories go?
Yeah.
And it looks like the answer is a lot. Looks like I can basically do whatever I want. I assume stepping on that plate is going to open the grate, which maybe makes it a not great, actually.
Now, hang on. If you go back to the left, so go forward and go forward, and then to the left. That's what's the trigger for that?
The trigger for the floor?
The floor.
The floor was open when we got here initially, and I pulled the switch down to make it crossable.
So, I mean, you could open that and then run back and open the pit, and the thing will fall down the pit.
Maybe. Maybe it'll just stand over there watching us accusingly.
That could also happen.
And you know how I feel about that dream I have, where the giant snail looks at me accusingly.
You know, I don't think we talked about that one.
See, I don't know if I believe that. I never shut up about the snail dream. It's the number one thing I talk about. I mean, I guess there's not really a good reason to put gear on the people in the back, or like armor at the very least, on the people in the back just yet. A scroll of fire burst. So hold on now. Okay, so it's just that, but it also requires... Do you equip these, or... So it's like this. That did damage to the part. I did in fact.
Yeah.
So hold on, let me try to. I'm a little worried. Actually, everybody's kind of wounded. Maybe not right this second. But I want to try it again in a situation where I'm not, facing against the wall.
And
It does look like our torch is burning down too, which is
yeah.
neat.
So can you get out one of the other torches and? There you go.
Okay, so now we know that matters. That there is a limited amount of time on each torch, and that I should be looting all the torches, which is both good to know and also kind of terrible to know. I'm sure they're going to play with it at some point. The idea of us running out of light with which to adventure.
I mean, I think you just gotta do this, yeah.
Yeah, yours, I guess. Oh my god. Why are there so many of them? Okay, so this is only open as long as both of the buttons are pressed. Yeah, honestly, this barehanded Minotaur strategy is absolutely working. So if I pull you over here, it doesn't break things for whatever reason.
Put it up.
I tried. You saw that the interaction there was pretty finicky. I was really mashing on that. All right, I don't believe he's got a lot left in him.
Set him on fire.
Amabel.
Coward.
The smell. At the very least, the smell.
Smell is good.
The smell of burning snail? How would you
Have
even
you
know
not
that?
had have you not had escargot?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. I guess I kind of thought escargot was raw.
No, you cook. I definitely have had cooked snail, and I'm pretty sure it was escargot.
Huge problem. Aha. All right, never mind. Just never mind that thing I was saying about a huge problem. Actually, huge, everything's fine. All right, you creep. I brought your gems. Ah! Amabel.
Yeah.
It's like the things from Spirit Halloween or something. How am I supposed to deal with that? He gets to have a halberd.
Yeah, that's. I mean, maybe you can take his after you get rid of him. Yeah,
I do
so
appreciate
escargot
that
definitely.
I do appreciate that the game is willing to just let me do the strategy forever.
Yeah, escargot should definitely be cooked for about an hour. It has to be washed many times beforehand to remove the snail slime.
Gross. Pretty gross. It has to taste like real weird, right?
I remember thinking it was all right. I don't remember
The
exactly.
slime?
Oh, the slime. No, I didn't eat the slime.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Okay, so we did pick up a legionary spear. So this is a reach weapon. Reach weapons allow you to attack from the back rank with melee.
Okay. That's an interesting way to take the. Because if they were to do it like where you do it 2 squares away, that'd be like way too far.
Yeah, well, it would basically like it would be like you were always doing the thing I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
It'd be very close. You'd be very close to invincible. Presumably, there will be enemies with ranged attacks at some point, right? It seems like there must be.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get that. We have all this food, but nobody is yet hungry. Although we know that it's a concern. Bar turns yellow when you're hungry. There's no penalties at that stage. If you're starving, the bar turns red, and you don't regain health or energy at all. Okay. And theoretically, the Minotaur is going to require more food than everybody else. Okay. Well, I led that skeleton on a merry chase. Is this where am I? I'm all turned around. I'm all discombobulated. Should probably be picking these up. I don't actually know what I want to do with them now that I have the rogue holding something else in her hand.
Ah.
Wait. Okay, no, it's just weird lighting. I was like, were there lights on the bottom stone of that wall? Huh. Nope, that's not what I wanted. What do you mean scroll? Doors of iron. Great rewards can be found behind these doors. To gain access, look carefully for small details. And use your wits, Amabel. Okay, so now that everybody's regained their health, this is something I wanted to do. Can we...
Use your wits or use fire.
Okay, so you don't have to have the scroll equipped. The scroll teaches you how to make the spell. But I was wondering if it was also sort of like a, if the scroll itself was a weapon in the sense that you had to have it equipped to access the spell that was on it. Doesn't seem so. All right, so to bypass this, we are to pay attention to small details and use our wits. But also there is like a hallway down here. Let's finish looking around before we do anything else. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, game save crystal. Touch to regain health and restore life. Okay, Poison Cloud requires Earth Magic 3. Oh, apparently... Okay, so this is taking us to a different, area.
Right.
Hold on. I wanted to make sure that we looked around so that if there were other bits involved in the puzzle, we wouldn't miss them.
Yeah.
But... I mean, what do you think of this? Notice small details, use your wits. How much of the room around us do we need to be looking at or paying attention to? I suppose is one thing.
Yeah.
Well, there's this.
That didn't do anything, did it? Well, there we... Okay.
Easy enough. Okay, a whitewood wand. And another scroll. This magical staff is a powerful weapon when wielded by a potent mage. Are you a potent mage? Well, it is increasing your energy by some. Okay. Do we all level at approximately the same rate? No, the wizard is leveling considerably less than everybody else. Probably it's related to how much actual damage that person is doing. Would be my guess.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well that's a little bit of a shame for for our poor wizard.
I do like that though in RPGs where people level at different um levels, and they all level the same. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't have the same feeling to me. Something that I really liked in JRPGs was like this person taking twice as long to level, and maybe that's a silly thing, but that's
Terrifying snails await. You know what, Amabel? Here's what I think. I'm gonna make an executive decision here.
yeah.
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call the episode. We
Okay.
managed to complete a floor. We found a secret. We beat some dudes up. We got licked by a bunch of weird snails. That's probably not good for us in the long term. I bet we've got an infection of some kind. But yeah, I think we've got the sort of the basic idea of it now.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are you excited for what may end up being a very long dungeon run here in Legend of Grimrock?
Yeah, because I kind of really love this shit and wish that more games were like this. And I feel like even though I did not pick this, I feel like this is something that you're doing for me, and that makes me feel really loved.
Aw.
So
All right.
I'm gonna be even nicer to you than I usually am next episode.
Hard to imagine. Uh, so that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, further we delve even deeper and perhaps encounter an enemy even more terrifying than like a big snail or whatever. And we'll see you then.